you want to be in good energy status as you're going into the breeding season. I mean, you want to be supplement and be there. But if that's at a 5, that you should get ideal pregnancy rates with that. And then I take that a step further when we look at weaning is I really don't like cows going much below body condition score 4. And that's kind of your ideal range. I'm not saying body condition score 7's bad. It's just if the cow does that naturally, that's one thing. If you're pushing the cow to do that, that's just extra. That's extra resource that can be put someplace else.
Welcome to the Beef Nutrition Blackbelt Podcast. I'm Travis Mullenix, and today I have Patrick Davis with me. Welcome to the show, Patrick.
Well, thank you.
So, Patrick, you are Extension Livestock Field Specialist located in the Southwest and West Central Missouri. I'm sure you deal more with the cow-calf aspects of beef production in Missouri.
Yes. My area is basically, I'm housed in Stockton, Missouri. And I've got some counties in what would be considered the Southwest region and some counties in what would be considered the West Central region. So, yeah, we have a lot of cows in this part of the country that, and a lot of cattle producers that I work with. So.
Yeah, big cow-calf state. And so today we're going to talk about cow nutritional management or management in general in preparation for winter and getting cows ready for calving and rebreeding coming the following year. And so, you work in a big cow-calf state. And Missouri can have some winter weather. It's not like, the northern Great Plains, but you can still have a lot of ice. You can have some challenges. So from that aspect, how do you work with producers on what aspects of nutritional management do they need to focus on?
So I'm a big, actually from college and currently, I work a lot with producers on basically ideal body condition scores as we enter into ideal energy status as we enter into the winter season. So making sure, and this is very important, as we have plenty of forage typically in the fall, setting up your forage system so that we have forage to graze in the winter months. But working on body condition, making sure that management's right, getting to those ideal targets as we, and this be spring calving cows and even fall calving cows going breeding. So, yeah.
Is stress affecting your bottom line? Even routine handling, inclement weather, weaning, and dietary changes can significantly lower the rumen pH, causing cortisol levels to spike. Cortisol not only compromises the immune system, but also suppresses normal appetite and feed consumption. The solution? Cattle Active. Increase production and reduce the impacts of stress on your cattle for cents a day. Cattle Active restores the balance naturally. Want to learn more how a feeding program including Cattle Active can improve both profits and herd health? Visit us today at proearthanimalhealth.com. Be proactive with Cattle Active.
One of the great aspects of Missouri is you have multiple growing seasons, which allows for that fall grazing of getting, fall moisture and getting cool seasons to growing again, that a lot of places are, just had that one growing season, whether or not it's spring or a warm season forage, but that allows you a lot of flexibility in your grazing management, preparing for that winter months.
Yeah, correct. We have stockpiled fescue, and of course that whole process starts back in August and September, getting that, and it requires moisture, which the last few falls we haven't had a lot of moisture, so but stockpiling that's a good resource. Hay's a good resource, and then of course our energy sources, corn, distillers grains, corn gluten feed, those kind of things. Just working with producers if they need to build rations and stuff like that. That's kind of what I do. So.
Yeah, you touched on body condition score, and that's a very much a hallmark in management. So how do you work with producers on that? What's body condition score do they need to be in? What's the timing they need to be in that body condition score?
So I like, and we're talking cows here. Heifers are a little different, but we're talking cows here. I like at calving, 5 to 6. Mature cows 5 to 6. 6 is probably better, just because that allows them a little bit of ability to possibly lose a little condition between calving and breeding. Research over the years, a lot of historic research has shown that body condition score 5 is ideal for breed back. So if you're in a 6 or 5 to 6, you lose a little going into breeding, which that's cows milking, calves nursing, that happens a little. But you want to be in good energy status as you're going into the breeding season. I mean, you want to be supplement and be there. But if that's at a 5, that you should get ideal pregnancy rates with that. And then I take that a step further when we look at weaning is I really don't like cows going much below body condition score 4, and that's kind of your ideal range. I'm not saying body condition score 7's bad. It's just if the cow does that naturally, that's one thing. If you're pushing the cow to do that, that's just extra. That's extra resource and be put someplace else. Now, on the other side of that, if they're at a body condition score 7 and they're weaning off a poor calf, now that's another discussion completely. But back to weaning those cattle at around that body condition score 4 time. The couple of reasons why that allows that cow to reset herself, and if we go much below that, takes a lot of energy to get her back in that close to that 6 range before the next calving season. The other thing is I think about what kind of nutrition is that cow providing that calf, and at that low a body condition. Now that calf at that point is probably grazing, probably eating out of the bunk, things like that. So it's getting some nutrition. But the thing about it is some people would say, well, we'll just creep that calf and that'll help that cow. Maybe a little, but the thing about it is you pull that calf off, separate that cow and that calf, you can dial in the nutrition a whole lot better on both of those and get a better response. So
very true on the crate feeding. Crate feeding doesn't take away from milk production. It takes away from that calf from eating forage or what else you're feeding, and so it still will have that demand for milk. And at that point, it's smaller demand for milk because most of its nutrients are coming from forage, edible, etc. But it's still going to drain the cow.
And it's all that sucking stimulus that taking that away really helps that cow respond. So.
Yeah, and there's a lot of data on how quickly a cow can gain body condition back once you do wean and take that requirement away that milk is driving. Well, Patrick, to wrap us up, is there anything you want to touch on that we didn't discuss?
No, I think that was a good discussion on body condition, and more than if people have questions or anything, more than happy to answer those. You can always contact me at my office. It's 417-276-3313, or you can contact me by email. It's Davis, Davis, M as in Michael, P as in Patrick, at Missouri spelled out .edu.
That's great. I think extension is a great avenue, great resource for producers, and making sure they know that we're here is very important from aspect of helping them with their challenges.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, Patrick.